Hi everyone, it's Sassy. Welcome to my channel. So this time I want to put together 9 DIYs for you guys to try for your next party or big event that you have going on, especially whenever bridal season or Mother's Day are around. I'm gonna add it to my rose playlist. I will keep adding to it, of course, so make sure you guys subscribe so that you guys stay in touch with any of my future projects or my latest videos. It all started with this tool right here. It is a rose lace punch, and it is by EK Tools. I am not being sponsored, just a disclaimer. I found this thing to be so freaking useful that I just want to tell you guys about it. I have come up with more than 20 projects that I've done. Because I don't want to make this video too long, I just want to show you guys 9 because they go with like the theme that I'm going here. For our first DIY, I made some rose ribbon to decorate my presents. All I used for this was a thin poster board that I bought at the Dollar Tree. I punched along the longer edge, making sure to align the roses as they come out so that I get a continuous rose chain. After wrapping my present, I just taped the rose ribbon like a regular ribbon, and that's pretty much it. Oh yes, but instead of a bow, I used a rose to match because, you know, I gotta be extra like that. How about these pretty rose tags? After making some strips of your choice in color, cut 1 or 2 roses and glue them to a piece of cardstock paper. Cut it to the desired pattern like circles, squares, rectangles, you name it, and just hole punch it for the string to go through. I love the pink and gold one. Once you're punching out these pieces, these long strips, you're gonna end up with the hole punched little trash, which ends up being confetti. Check out how cool these little petals look. These are the rose petal leftovers. So it's like little moons and little rose petal looking like confettis. And in silver foil paper, they look super cute as well. They can be used for table decor. They can be used for like giving it to people so they throw it at the bride and groom after they get married, you know, to celebrate. And you will have leftover roses as well, so keep those because you can sprinkle these on the table. You have confetti and confetti roses, like super cute. Let's make a rose rubber stamper. We need to punch out some roses and cut each one off. I'm going to use the full rose with the 2 little leaves, aka the prettier one, of course, and then I glued them in a stack of 10. I used Elmer's glue to attach it all to a spare little block of wood that I had in my garage because, you know, recycle, baby. Super simple. So using this DIY, we're gonna do another DIY. Now that we have our rubber stamper, we're going to pat some paint with a little foam brush and start stamping on a wallpaper. For best results, use an even coat of paint and you should turn out with a pretty vintage vibe. How about some invitations, say for quinceañera, brunch, or Easter party? I'm using some cardstock paper and I need to divide it into 3 equal parts. I'm marking it at the 3.5 and 6.5 inches. Then I'm cutting 2 inches from the bottom because that side is too long. Then fold it into thirds. And I cut it in half. That way we end up with 2 cards out of this 1 piece of paper. Now we punch down with the rose punch at the center, making sure to leave equal space on either side, and then just glue your invitation or text in the center. You can also make a little scroll invitation, and here's an example to give you guys an idea of what you can do. We can't forget to make a classic card, but this one is going to have a floral touch. For this DIY, I cut some cardstock paper to 10 by 12 inches and I ran the rose punch down on 2 sides, making sure you leave some space to connect at the sides. You can add your own personal message, pictures, add-ons, stickers, you name it. It's very classic and yet beautiful. I would say this one is a good idea for Mother's Day, aunts, teachers, your female boss or coworker, or even your BFFs. I needed some dividers, so why not make rose ones, right? I grabbed 3 cardstock papers and 3-hole punched them with a regular hole punch. And then I cut the dividers to size. I'm gonna go with 9 by 11. Align these little lines where you want the rose punches to be, and then punch down. Next, I stacked the white divider on top of the green to get an idea of where, more or less, to punch for the next tab and the next. Then cut 1 inch off the portion below the rose punch. For the last DIY, I'm making 2 different notebooks, that way you guys have variation. For this one, punch out all along the edge, making sure that you leave some room on the edges to make sure it stays connected to the sheet, and paint it with acrylic paint of your choice. And done! Using my rubber stamper, we're gonna decorate this notebook. The second one is similar. Paint it the color you want, and then I'm using a rubber stamper from earlier, and I am just going to stamp it with gold paint. All of these projects will be in my blog. Make sure your notification bell is on if you're subscribed so that you stay in touch with my future uploads as soon as they show up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Fendora out.